Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Skull and Bones, and we're going to be going over a important topic that you should probably learn as quick as possible in the game, and that is pieces of 8. So you may have noticed, if you've been playing the game, that there are a number of currencies. There's obviously gold, which is the premium currency that seems to only be for use in a very limited cosmetic shop. So that is what it is. Our main currency is, of course, silver. That's what's used to build ships, buy blueprints, or at least a lot of the blueprints, build things, pay for a lot of stuff. So silver is the primary currency. Then there are a couple other currencies, and the one that we're talking about today is the pieces of 8. These are a unique currency to the Helm. If you haven't discovered what the Helm is yet, well, you might have just been ignoring it, or you might not be to the right point in the game. To get here, you have to have completed the Unsettling Grip quest from John Scurlock, and then you'll receive an invitation to this place right here in St. Anne called La Pont Muit? I'm not sure. It sounds French. And it'll bring you here to talk to Yanita Nara, and she will introduce you to the Helm. It's a whole big thing. It's, you know, another contract or quest line or whatever you want to call it, and it introduces you to smuggling and illicit materials production. So you'll be working with poppy and sugarcane and stuff like that. It's its own whole unique thing. It's actually a really good way to make silver too if you do it right, so it's definitely worth figuring out early. It's one of the reasons why I always say do the main contracts first, because they introduce you to gameplay mechanics that make the rest of the game a lot easier and a lot more engaging, while the Helm is one of those things. So, or I should say, what are pieces of 8? Like I said, they're a rare and valuable currency in the game. They purchase different things than silver. You can't use them to purchase things that silver can purchase, and you can't use silver to purchase things that pieces of 8 can purchase. So it doesn't matter how much silver you have or how good you are at getting that, you will get to a point where you need to start getting pieces of 8 because you can't get the most advanced stuff in the game without it. So I'll just show you what the shop looks like for it. So if you talk to her, as far as I know, both of the black market locations, the one here and the one at the other pirate den, have the same inventory. So it doesn't really matter where you purchase things from. But pieces of 8 are, you can see it's this little gold symbol with like a kraken on it. And you can use them to purchase a lot of things at the black market. So one of the things for sure is just consumable items. So you have things that are used for crafting, you have specific materials that you can purchase with them, you've got specific weapons, so this is just buying the higher level weapons. Furniture, there's certain clothing that is only locked behind it. You can see there's some that has another currency that we'll probably talk about at a later date, but there's a lot of stuff locked behind the pieces of 8, but it's not just cosmetic stuff. So you can see there are a lot of cosmetic items, and in my opinion, possibly unfairly, a lot of the best and coolest cosmetic items are locked behind pieces of 8, but tons of it, from clothing to ships to ship parts to pets to everything. But the most important part is the schematics. There are a ton of schematics locked behind pieces of 8. So the most advanced ship that we can currently get, the Sam Book, that one is 5,000 pieces of 8 you have to build up to buy that schematic. Same thing goes for pretty much all of the most advanced everything else. So all of our tier 3 weapons, the most powerful hulls, like I said, all the best everything is locked behind pieces of 8. So all of these, and you can't purchase these. It's not a premium currency. It's not pay to win. You have to earn them, and the only way to earn them is through doing missions for the Helm. So once you've gotten through the main couple missions that you'll do with her, and I just recommend powering through all of them, you will have this little workshop / office area, and this is how you make pieces of 8. So there's a bunch of different ways. One thing that you do here, and you'll figure this out through the missions and everything, is you bring in raw materials like sugarcane, and you produce finished materials like rum or snuff and stuff like that. Then you can go into your order registry, and this is the direct way. So this is a direct action way to earn pieces of 8, and these are just missions where you have to deliver them. Now these are very good missions for a lot of things. One thing is you get a pretty swift reward. So if you do this one, delivering 61 Blue Lotus opium, you can collect 90 pieces of 8. That's a pretty good gain considering these don't take long. The other good thing about doing these missions is that you will get attacked by rogues of some sort. I'm not sure exactly what faction they belong to, but rogues. And when you destroy them, you get some good stuff from their ships. A, you'll get more raw materials for the Helm, but B, you'll also get plenty of commodities. You'll get silver from destroying the ships, and every one of the ships has a silver chest, which usually ranges from 400 to 600 silver, but I've had some over 1,000. So you can build up a ton of silver doing those missions, as well as pieces of 8. There's other things to do in here. Obviously, if you go into here, it will bring up different liaisons where you can go and buy the raw materials, but there's also attacks, so you can go and attack places and get the raw materials, and you need all of that for those direct missions. But where you really start making your pieces of 8, and what is mainly the focus here, is your Helm Empire. Once you've completed all the missions with Yanita here in this area, you will unlock the ability to start your empire, and you'll do it just starting in the Red Isle first. And you can see there's a whole bunch of manufacturers around here that you fund. First you have to conquer them, so you can see that there's an opportunity right now to go conquer some new ones. You have to go there, you fight some ships, you have to have the most points in the area when it's done. It is a PvP event, so other people can come and try to fight. They can destroy you. Typically they just try to take it over before you do, but that's how you take them over, and then you fund them and they produce items. They do that automatically. As long as you keep them funded, they'll keep going until they're full, and then you have to go around and you have to collect the coins. The only thing to remember there is that you cannot fast travel when you're carrying any of these pieces of 8. That's why the more of these properties you get, the better, because, you know, it's kind of a pain to go all the way down here to grab your pieces of 8 and then just sail all the way back. If you've got a bunch of them all full, you can just do a big long circuit and come back with 600 or 700 pieces of 8. So, like I said, those individual personal action missions are great. They're great ways to make a lot of silver, and they're great ways to make pieces of 8. But what you really want to do is power through until you get to this stage and then really start filling them up. The other thing to consider here is don't just save them up and spend right away, because you'll be building them up much slower. You want to upgrade your production capability at these places and storage, and then the other important thing is the regular upgrades. So they all do different things. The smuggler skills works better for the PvP actions, makes you more effective. Improved distillery is better for those direct action ones, and then your connections are best for making your operations in the Empire more profitable. But that is Pieces of 8 in a nutshell. Like I said there, it's a really important form of currency. You should figure it out early and get to it, because lots of the best stuff in the game requires this currency. So that's all for today. Hope this video was useful and informative, but we'll see you next time.
It's a drowsy day. Hail.
Storm or wind can get you, Captain.
Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.